Welcome back. Today I'm going to play a rated rapid game on chess.com against a random opponent. If you're new to my channel, I'm not a titled player or chess coach or an expert. I'm just a random person trying to get better at chess. And one of the ways that I gauge whether or not I've gotten any better is by playing occasionally these rated rapid games. It is a little nerve-wracking knowing that I'm being recorded. I try to soothe myself by knowing that I could delete it if it's really bad. However, I hate to do that because I'm, kind of constructing a narrative here and it's rated, so my rating will go down and people will wonder why if there's no game. But anyway, I have it set to random colors, so I don't know which color I'll get until I get paired, and also don't know what kind of opponent I will get. I'm going to try to do my best. I'm going to try to use as much of my time as is necessary. Let's just click play and go. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little nervous. I put off these games while I do puzzles and play bots and study openings and all these other things, and then occasionally I play one, and yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking. Anyway, hopefully you'll get something out of this. Whether I lose or win, I will look at the analysis afterward, to see what mistakes were made and whether I can learn anything. Play. Okay, I have been paired against someone who is rated just slightly lower than me, and they have played e4. I'm going to play the French, which is what I've been working on lately. Hopefully, I can get something out of this. That's, I think, the second most common move after d4. I think what Stockfish recommends here is d5, but what happens is they take, and then we just both lost our e-pawn. So I'm going to play c5 and see if they want to play d4 now. Some people will go ahead and play it, and I'll take it, and they'll take back. I'll get this knight out. They'll take back with the queen. Okay, let's get this knight here. They've dropped back one, which I suppose is fine. I think the idea is that if I play my d-pawn now and they take, and I can't take because my pawn will be pinned. Well, can I get this knight out? And they push that pawn, and then I can put the knight over here, I guess. Let's try that. See where they're going. I don't want to use up too much time in the opening. It looks like I've already used nearly a full minute. Okay, they're aiming more pieces here. And I am still slow about, that now if they push that, then that's not safe for me. What am I going to do here? Let's see, if I push here and they take, I think I'm still okay, right? If I play d5 and they take, I take with the knight, they take, and I'll take with my queen. I think I'll be okay, but I'm not sure. Let's try it, see what happens. They might push. If they push, then I have to drop the knight back. No, if they push, I take their bishop. Okay, they did take, so I'm going to take with my knight, and if they take, I will take with my queen. I assume they're going to take because their queen's in danger, but they're taking their time considering it, which is good. Oh, they just moved their queen back. That I did not expect. Now I should probably develop this bishop and prepare to castle, see what my opponent is up to. Okay, they've also castled. I don't know if I should castle yet. Yeah, I probably should. Okay, I'm going to castle, then I've got to move this knight someplace, probably back to where it was. Well, I guess I could trade for that. That's going to double their pawns, give them a little isolated pawn island. Surely that's fine. Let's try that. Okay, I got to get this bishop out. I don't have to just yet, but I would like to. But I only have one place to put it just right now. And again, I feel like I'm using way too much time in the opening. I'm just going to put it here and then get the bishop out on b7. Yeah, I've already used 2.5 minutes. Okay, they're lining up here. Are they just going to put the queen up there now? And then I'll just push a pawn. Leave that pawn undefended. Well, that pawn's defended right now, but it won't be once I move my bishop. No, I guess I'll just play my g-pawn in that instance. If they do put their queen here on e4, as I suspect they're not. They're lining up their rook with my queen. That's easily enough handled. I think let's put our queen here on c7. Wow, am I really down that much time? That's going to be distracting to me. Again, I expect their queen to come here. I don't know why else they would have put their bishop there. Okay, that's what I expected. They're aiming for checkmate here. And since my e-pawn is defended, I don't want to block with this pawn, so I think I'll just have to block with my g-pawn. And now they're going to put their bishop right there. Oh, they didn't. They landed up with my queen. Okay. Again, I think that's easily enough stopped, isn't it? Just move the queen or put my bishop there. Can I just put my bishop there and see what they do? Are they going to take it? They did, and now they're going to try a discovery here like that because they thought I wouldn't notice my queen's under attack. But I did notice my queen's under attack. But maybe they have something else in mind, and I don't know what yet. I can do this. I can bring this rook to an open file. I don't know which open file is best. Okay, they've moved their queen over, targeting something. Okay, let's put this here, and now they're going to go this way. I don't know why else they would have put the queen there. Okay, I suppose we're going to trade with for the knight here, aren't we? We could. Oh, that's going to undouble their pawns eventually, though. So let's just go here and see if they want to trade queens. And somehow I used up another minute on that? Oh my goodness. They might not want to trade queens. Many people don't. They did not want to trade queens. That is always an option. And this pawn is hanging, so let's save it. See what else we're going to do here. Well, I have to move the knight. Not very many safe places to put it, but, you know, I've got to come back this way with it, I guess. And also I have to start moving faster because I'm still somehow 2.5 minutes down. I would also like at some point to put my queen here on c4, which will pin that knight. Oh, you know what? They have a pawn hanging. I just realized that. That doubled pawn is hanging. Oh, they just realized that too. Well, good for them. I still want to come up this way. Oh yeah, they can't move the knight. I was going to say they might be able to attack me, but they can't move the knight right now. They have to move their king. Maybe they will. I mean, maybe I'll get lucky and they'll move it to the side there and I'll have a nice fork, but we'll see. Oh, they moved their queen someplace. What's this about? Don't know. I'm going to move my rook over here, I guess. What are they doing? Sorry, that was weird, wasn't it? What are they doing? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to come around this way. Maybe here? Are they just trying to maintain their time advantage? Is that why they made those couple of little queen moves? I mean, my bishop is still defending that. Why don't I just go there? But I don't know what I would be aiming at. I really don't. I've got to do something. What do I do? I don't know. I guess I can move my king. Okay. Wow, they're moving faster. Okay, I'm going to move faster too. Maybe come this way and aim for their bishop. Not sure what that does. See if we can trade the knight for their bishop here. And yes, that would help undouble their pawns finally. Let's do that. See what they take back. Okay, they took back with the pawn to undouble. And can I just go here to... Hopefully they'll move their knight. And then I'll just start ramming through, maybe. I mean, I guess they could check me, but then I could capture that. We'll see. What will they play? Oh, they went there? I'll take it. Okay. And take that too? No, because their knight's guarding that square. All right. But this pawn is not defended. Wait. If I take there, then they could check me, and when I take back the knight, they get my rook for free. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put my rook right here first, and then aim at that pawn. Oh, wait, they already moved? I didn't even realize they had moved. Good grief. Okay, at that time I did hear the move sound. I'm going to bring this rook back since I've picked off that pawn. And I've got to figure out a plan here first. Maybe play my h-pawn here or this one. I don't know. That leaves this one undefended. Okay, yeah, let's play the h-pawn, and I've got to go faster now. That took care of that. Let's double up here so we can maybe get this knight. I'm not sure what they can do about that. I'm feeling okay here except for the time. That time pressure is I'm definitely feeling it. All right, well, they're thinking about it. I have narrowed the time gap to less than a minute now. So I'm going to try to move quickly as soon as they move. But I don't know where they're going to go. Oh, that's kind of what I thought they might do. Let's just take it and then see if they can protect this knight. I don't think they can. I think they're going to have to give it up for a pawn. Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, yeah, that's what we're going to have to do here. Okay, but I am up a little bit. What should we do here? Let's check, and then I ought to be able to win that pawn over there unless they go back. They didn't go back, they went forward, but I meant back over toward the left here. This pawn is hanging, but I can get that pawn. Okay, I can get this one, but then I can get this one. And I'm over here, I guess, where it's defended, so I don't have to worry about some sort of discovery. And then I just have to not run out of time, is what I have to do. I assume they're going to think about checking me, so what should I work on here? I'm going to try to maybe zigzag this bishop over here to get that pawn, I guess. Well, let's see. Check. They can't take that one just yet, and then I'll be able to move up. Maybe? No, not there. Okay. Let's go here. That helps me with my zigzag idea. And then let's just go ahead and go there. Make it obvious what I'm after. Okay, I got it. I don't know if they want to do this or not. Surely not. Let's take here. And then go back over here and protect that pawn. And they got another one, but I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to come up here and try to shepherd these pawns down, and I think my bishop has enough running room here. Okay, rook is currently protected by my king and the bishop, and I've got their rook. Okay, good. Oh, and they resigned instead of forcing me to win this, with less than 2 minutes left. Thank you for that, but I think I still could have done it. Well, it was a relief that I won. I'm not sure exactly where my opponent went wrong, and I don't know whether I went wrong at some point and they just gave the advantage back, because I'm not good enough at chess yet to know that, oh no, that's when I went down and then this is when they gave the advantage back. And I just know that on each move, I was trying to make sure my pieces were defended and trying to see what my opponent had left undefended, that sort of thing. Now here, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they shouldn't have come over here, you know, I guess aiming at this pawn, which allowed the fork. I'm pretty sure they should have maybe come this way so that when they moved their king, I would have been in check, but I don't know. I'm just going to back up. Can I back up one move? Right before they moved their rook to A3, it says. Oh, because that square's not defended, so I couldn't move my pawn. Okay. Or king to D6. I have no idea what that does. Or king to E6. I have no idea what that does, especially because I was probably going to start moving this pawn too. Well, I do have a game review, one per day. I'm going to use it for this game. Even though I don't like the new game review, I'm still looking mainly at the graph and at the ratings estimator just out of curiosity. Then I will switch to the analysis board to figure out specifics, because this is next to useless for me now, except for the graph. Okay, the graph shows that my opponent never really had an advantage, except possibly just a little bit right in there. The numbers aren't changing when I move the pointer. Oh, there they changed. Right there. Nope. Come on. Okay. Well, the graph used to be a little bit more helpful. Used to, as you dragged the mouse cursor along there, the number would change as what the rating was. But now when I hover there and then it disappears and it doesn't come back. So I don't know what the deal is. But apparently I had a much bigger advantage right here. Again, no number pops up to tell me what it was. But then I gave it away and we got back up here. I don't know how close that is because the number pop-up isn't happening. You see what I mean about this being less than useful. Okay, I had a bunch of misses, had 2 mistakes, and I played like an 1150. Well, that's disappointing, but we are going to switch to the analysis board. I'm pretty sure I had set this to only show 2 lines because showing 3 lines takes up a lot more energy here. Is there a way to... Did I not change that? Or did it change it back? Oh, it says I can get a greater strength if I re-upgrade, but I just downgraded a month ago or 2. Yeah, it definitely did change these settings on me. No wonder it's been using so much CPU, because I had it set on light, I'm pretty sure. I know I would probably get slightly better suggestions with the 66 megabyte download that's not light, but that's probably more for a grandmaster than for me. I just need, you know, basic computer ideas here. Okay, neither one of us made any mistakes, inaccuracies, etc. up until move 14. It does look like we were right at zeros according to the eval bar. And the engine thinks the only move that my opponent could have made here to keep us even is knight to G5. That's G5, right? Oh, I guess threatening here. So I would have had to have known to play G6. I don't know if I would have played G6 or not. And their next best move was putting the rook on the open file, but they brought their queen up here, which is what I thought they were going to do. Since I thought about that a couple of turns before they actually played it, I had already considered these 2 different moves here to block that, and I realized that if I played F5, then they could just get my e-pawn. So I played G6, which is the only move, and it says it was a great move, so good for me. Then their best move was bishop to there to threaten my queen. I didn't think it was at the time. I think I said something like, can't I just move my queen? And apparently I could have, but it says my best move would have been to block with the pawn, not the bishop. So this was counted as one of my mistakes. I'm surprised by that. Wouldn't they have just won a pawn? It says they wouldn't take it. They would move the bishop back. But seriously, they have a whole bunch of pieces pointed at that square, and I would only have 2 defenders. So if I put that pawn there, couldn't they just take it with the knight? And then they would have a discovered attack lined up against my queen? That's what I would do if I were them, but it says they wouldn't. I'm just curious. If I played this... Well, it says they would take with their bishop, but what if they took with their knight? Oh, I would be way ahead because I can now block with the bishop. Okay, but they could take with the bishop. I would take back, they would take, and then I would put the bishop here. Oh, but still they just went up a pawn. Now they can just move their queen back. Oh, or forward. It says they can move it forward, but somehow I'm still ahead even though I just lost a pawn. Okay, well, I don't understand that, but I didn't lose a pawn this way, but they're ahead now because I kept my pawn, which is, don't understand. Okay, I did that. Now they needed to put this over. Oh, yeah. I thought about a discovery here, and I thought if they did the discovered attack, I would just move my queen out of the way. But it says if they go here, then I would still just go here and protect my bishop. But I probably would have gone back the other way, because from c7, it would be helping protect both of those pieces, the bishop and the knight. But it says I wouldn't. But they would take here anyway, and I would take back, so it wouldn't matter. All right, then. But they only went part way, which allowed me to, I should have gone forward. Oh, but I went back. All right, I don't know why forward's better, but it was. But I went back. They needed to go back also, but instead they came over here. And Stockfish can't decide which rook I should put behind my queen. Okay, it finally settled on the A rook. For a second, it said the F rook was better, but then if I put the F rook over there, where's the A rook going to go? It can't go anywhere. Also, these are the two semi-open files. Well, this one's fully open. This one's semi-open. At least it's open from my end, so I was going to do this at some point. I don't know why they're so close. Okay, so I did play my best move here. Oh, and they should have run away with the queen. Oh, I'm probably hoping for something like this. So I would have had to go after their knight immediately before they had a chance to move it. And it says they would trade. Wait, really? Yeah, it says if they played over here, I would play knight to e5, and they would take it, and I would take back. But what if they went their queen over here, and I played knight to e5, and they put their knight there, preparing for mate? Then what would I do? Oh, I would have to play h5, I guess. But they played the knight to d4 instead. Oh, and I should have just taken it. Wait, did I miscount? What was my reason for not taking it? Because if I took... Oh, it says they wouldn't immediately trade for the queen. I thought they would. I thought they would take my queen. I would take back, and then they would take my knight with their pawn, undoubling their pawns. That's why I didn't do it. It's I didn't want to undouble their pawns. But it's not that much worse to play over here. And they made a mistake by going this way, and I should have played knight to g4, threatening mate. But they would have played g3, and so I wouldn't be threatening anything. But I would play h5, getting ready to attack the g3 pawn. But then they would play h5 to stop me from playing that, and my knight went over there for nothing. That's why I don't do stuff like that. I don't know why the engine always recommends it. I really don't. Why is that good? If it's really easy to block and stop me from my big plans. And then why is it so good for me to play h5, knowing they can play h4, so my h5 pawn isn't going anywhere? I don't understand. Maybe one of you can help me out. I should not have played a5 here, that's for sure. Or I could have put my bishop back. Oh, so my queen could defend the pawn. Now I get that. But I thought I had to defend the pawn, and I did not think of putting the bishop backwards, so there we go. And that's a big miss. But that was a problem, too, because it forced me to put my knight where the computer thought I should have put it anyway. It was the only safe square. I didn't want to go here because of all the pieces they have aimed at that spot, but I guess I also had a bunch of pieces aimed there. I thought it was my only really safe spot, and they should have brought this rook up or put their knight back. But they didn't know that, and I don't know why they would have guessed it. That seemed okay. Oh, I had mate in 7 here? I had a mate in 7 because I have to take that now, and then I'm threatening mate. No, it's a mate in 5. Wow. While I was talking, Stockfish figured out an even faster way. I don't understand. It says after I take here, they would just move their rook up. Do you think that's what they would have played? Because I just would have taken it. I've got to know. If I had seen this free pawn, I did not see a mating sequence, but if I had seen the free pawn that early, oh, now it doesn't say that rook to d2 is their best move. It says knight to c6 is. That's down here. What? Okay. But no, why would they play that? Wouldn't anybody in their right mind see this coming and play g3? How bad is g3? Oh, g3 is really bad because I go here and then mate. Okay, never mind. It's mate in 4 or less. If they play here or here, those are the two moves that give me a mate in 4. But if they go here, I'm just going to take it, right? Pretty sure. Mate in 4. I'm not sure if I see the mate yet. Knight to f3. Really? I know this is check, but I can't get across to the other one. Oh yeah, I can because of the bishop. Oh, I was missing the bishop's part in this. I see it. Wow. But I did not see it here. I saw that this pawn was coming forward and I thought I could stop it. The lesson I'm taking from this is that I should think less offensively and more offensively, at least sometimes. And I certainly should have been looking for captures. But even if I had seen the pawn, would I have taken it? I don't think I would have seen this just yet or this. And even now I didn't see the bishop for a long time, but I think I would have taken the free pawn. I guess I was worried that if this one got any further, actually no, if it had gone further, I could have just taken it. Okay, never mind. I shouldn't have been worried about that. So yeah, I see why that's a miss. I also thought for a second I'm taking the knight out of the picture because now it's pinned. They should have immediately threatened my rook, but they didn't. They moved back one. Oh, and I played my best move. I had no idea I was ahead this far back. I just thought that I was, setting up at least safely. I thought my pieces were safe and that was it. But I knew my knight wasn't permanently safe. I wasn't even sure my queen was permanently safe. I just wasn't sure what this queen was doing over here, and they moved it again. They should have dropped it back according to the engine, but they slid over one. I didn't know why. I should have played e5 now. I'll put pressure on the pinned piece, but wouldn't they have just taken it? Oh, because the engine knows that I wanted my queen to be over here on this diagonal. Yeah, so that's why I wouldn't have thought of that, because I wouldn't have thought of this, probably. And I was worried about my time, so I just made a quick move here, which lost part of my advantage, and they should have moved their king now. They did not move their king now, they made another queen move. That's what, 3 queen moves in a row, trying to help protect the knight, I guess? And the engine says I should have put my knight back where it was, but I didn't know that, and I had to make a move before my time ran out, so I moved the king. They should have played h3, and they did. That was their best move. But this was my best move. It's protected here, and I'm not sure why it's my best move. I really don't. I was just looking for a safe move that I could make that they couldn't immediately attack me. And apparently that was a good idea. I think I did mention something about possibly coming after the bishop. So I did that. They should have just moved their rook up. Oh, so they could double maybe. Or bishop to d7. What? Why wouldn't I have taken it? I've got to know. Why wouldn't I have just taken it? It says no. It says if they had played this, bishop to d7, I just would have moved this rook up. But why wouldn't I take it? Seriously, is there a... Well, I would. I would take it. I mean, the engine would. Of course I would. I didn't need the engine to know that I would take it, but I wondered why the engine wouldn't, but the engine would. So why isn't that showing up here? Look at that. It still says I wouldn't take it. Okay. Well, my opponent didn't think of that, giving away a bishop. I don't know why they would have, but they did not think of that. And they moved this pawn, which allows me to put my rook up here. Oh, apparently he wants me to double my rooks too. Well, I went ahead with my, chasing after the bishop plan. And they're still supposed to try to double rooks, but instead they, put their queen there. And I'm supposed to go back to where I was. The engine did not like this move with the knight at all, but I just went over here and that's okay. And I should have played bishop to d5. That's d5. No, this is d5. I should have put my bishop over here. Wait, wouldn't they have just pushed their pawn then? Because I would just take it. Oh, I figured that out. That should have been obvious, but it wasn't. So I'm a little embarrassed by that. But instead of putting my bishop on d5 or my rook on d5, I put my queen on d5. And now we're back between +1 and -1. So they ran over there. It was not my best move to take. It was okay to take. But my best move, according to Stockfish, is to take the knight with my queen, which I think I understand, but I don't know that I'm going to find it in a game with 3 minutes left. If I take here, they can take back 2 different ways, but if they do, I get their queen for a bishop. Wait, how's that? Sorry, let me do the math again. I get a knight, they get a queen. I get a queen, they get a bishop. That's even. So yeah, of course I'm not going to think of that. I thought of this because I thought if they took back with the knight, I'm going to power through here and then take the knight. They surprised me by taking with the pawn, but the engine says it wouldn't have mattered. They took with the pawn, and I thought I was doing pretty well here. The only problem with this is that what do I do now? And what I thought about then, I could take this pawn, but then they move the knight and they get my rook. So that's why I put my rook here. Again, they should have done this so that they could double rooks. They missed that move several times, but now, okay, taking the pawn was my best move. Okay, I did not know I was up -3.5 here. I thought I might be up -1 because I had just taken a pawn and these were doubled. And I thought they were going to have trouble defending this knight. I don't know why they played a4, but they did. Oh, I should have just moved here now to win the knight. And it says they would have saved it. I would have taken the rook. They would have taken the rook. But I would have been at -4 and we'd be even on material. They could have just saved it. Even if I'd played my best move, they could have just saved the knight. I would have taken here. They would have taken back. And it says bishop to d5, but I probably would have taken this pawn. And then I would have been up 2 pawns. But I'm up -4 somehow. Okay, well that didn't happen. I just brought this rook back where it would be defended. And they should have come this way trying to defend the knight, but instead they went forward, which didn't help at all. And I should have doubled my rooks now. Okay. Because they went this way, I thought their king was trying to come forward. And the engine says it should definitely start going this way, or they should move the knight now. But they came forward, and I played my best move here too. I did double the rooks. I just did it a move late. And here, they're supposed to give away the knight now, but instead they moved forward, and I should have taken the knight and not worried about the pawn. I wondered about that. And if I did take the pawn, I should have taken the other way. Okay, so I gave away a little bit of my advantage there. And of course, they take with jack, so it wasn't a complete loss. But I'm up a piece now, a piece and a pawn. So here I was pretty sure I was ahead. So it's somewhere between here and back there. Back here, wasn't sure I was ahead, or I thought I might be very slightly ahead, and definitely had no idea it was nearly -4. I apparently did have one. Oh, I had a great move at some point here, but I had a couple of more misses. Like this. Oh, I had a mate in 2. Wait, they just would have taken this pawn though. And then I had mate. Oh my, I almost played f6 here, but I thought, oh, they're just going to take that pawn and then they'll get away. But my rook's cutting off all of this, and my f pawn would be cutting off those 2 squares, and my king's protecting this. This bishop would seal the deal, and that would be checkmate. Oh my goodness. So I missed a mate in 2 here, and it looks like I missed a mate in 1 here. What? Oh. Well, I need to practice with my bishops, because what did I do? I checked this way. I had mate right there. I could have just moved my king first, and then no matter what they did, I would have had mate. Wait, what if they moved their rook, though, to guard against that? Yeah, what if I had done this second thing? And it says they would just play rook to b1, and then this is mate. But what if they had played rook to g1? What do I do then? Oh, then this would have been mate. Oh my goodness. But instead I did this first, which is not mate because they can get away this way because I didn't move my king over. Oh my goodness. All right, well, here at the end, how close was I? Okay, I was slowly going to checkmate them. Yeah, it took me a lot longer than it should have. Well, thank you for spending your time here. Let me know what you thought, and let me know what you're doing to get better at chess. I'll see you next time.